amazing battle. Down goes Coastline. Jarrison has shown an affinity for that map, as well as Tachankas Angels haven't really seen it. We've seen a lot of Oregon and Villa out of them, as Bank will also go down. Harrison is hardworking, but hasn't quite reached Bank yet. That's the thing that they're just going to leave. Down goes Villa for the side Angels, because Jarrison Fan Club, they do like their roam, and sometimes, especially on Villa, roam clear can be so difficult, with Cafe being the next to go down.
I think if anything, Jarrison want to take the Tachankas Angels to Oregon at the moment because they have 2 subs, right? I mean, it's as simple as that. But it seems like we're not going to be able to do that. And I also thought that the Tachankas Angels might also favor Oregon just a little bit, but I was incorrect. So Oregon will be gone and off the board. Chalet is next. And now we go to a little bit of a default map. So maybe not the intended result. You know, it's not your Oregon, your most played map in competitive. But Clubhouse probably up there for maybe the 3rd highest, like behind Cafe. I like maybe Villa. I don't know. It's kind of skewed, but
it is weird. But
yeah,
I am much more happy. I'm much more happy to cast a Clubhouse than my 50 millionth Oregon over and over again.
It's been a while actually since I've done Clubhouse.
So yeah, that's how I feel as well. It has been quite a while since I've been to Clubhouse. So it is warmly welcomed, the German bar. Lots of defaults, but as we've been saying in a lot of other leagues, it counts as a good gut check for teams. It's an equalizer. Every team should be able to play it. So it really does show your flaws. It really magnifies them, where if you don't excel at 1 or 2 different things, the other team can definitely capitalize on that and punish you accordingly.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like if you're able to just kind of just drive the knife deeper, as soon as you figure out what it is that the Tachankas Angels do wrong, it might take them a lot longer to find out what they're doing wrong. Same with Jarrison. Both of these teams, if it's going to be down to whoever gets the first punch. You know, whoever is able to find that weakness and exploit it, like you said. And to be honest, if these teams can't figure it out, I think that Tachankas might have trouble figuring out their issue. Jarrison might just have trouble fixing their issue. But we'll have to see. These are all hypotheticals, obviously. We're kind of just digging into the minds of how these games have gone. This is kind of an unprecedented match. You know, we've never seen 2 teams like this play before. Definitely one of your unique teams is Jarrison Fan Club, just the way that they play in general. They're very aggressive. They can be all over the place sometimes, but then they can bring it back down and off.
You're just biased, okay? You got a biased caster over here.
I knew that was going to happen at some point.
Biased caster.
I'm not biased. I am not biased.
I want you to look in the camera and say it with a straight face.
You can't say it with a straight face.
You can't do it. See,
you can't say it with a straight face. I will have a straight face.
See?
I am not biased.
You are not biased towards a Jarrison fan club.
I am not biased towards Jarrison
there you go.
Fan Club.
Gotcha. So we don't have to wait any longer. We are actually able to go right on into the game. No more speculation. No more random shit. All we have is the wonderful band base coming before us. Chunk are going to start on that more preferred defensive side, and I assume that we'll see a very default Clubhouse. So looking towards maybe some 4-2 splits going in the favor of Tachankas Angels if Jarrison Fan Club struggle on the attack at all, which very well could happen. Are going down. Nothing surprising. It's very, very vanilla.
Oh my god, they tried to put the full name as well. I guess there was too many space. You couldn't have the space, but whatever, that's fine. Jarrison Fan Club, they're going to be starting out on attack. It can be kind of concerning, and it kind of can be a little bit daunting considering that you have 2 subs, but this is a pretty default map, and considering that, you know, Trippy Mills does have experience playing with this team, and Kami just plays Siege in general, this shouldn't be too tall of a task as long as the IGL on the side of Jarrison is just able to figure things out. Now, that can usually be either Kato or Meg. As long as they're able to figure out what it is they want to do, it kind of comes down to how they relay that information, because Jarrison at times can struggle with how they relay their information, and it shows in their gameplay like quite a bit. You know, like a rotate isn't made, or maybe just like a rotation in general, like not even just like a rotate like hold, but just like a rotation in general. Crossfires aren't established early. I mean, it can be quite concerning, but I think if Jarrison can work out those those troubles, they should be fine on a map like this.
Yeah, but the one thing that could potentially be worrying is will be more so if the one operator that you is like more so surprising to see undone if it's properly utilized by Tachankas Angels, where so far, yes, actually, Ice Rocker, the final pick on the defensive side, brings the Valkyrie.
Yeah.
The Navy SEAL who brings oh so much intel on a map that can seem stale. Having intel is king.
That cosplayed her?
I believe so.
She cosplayed Valkyrie, right? I mean, it only
quite
makes sense.
fitting. Quite fitting.
It literally only makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Depending where those cameras go, where pretty much on every bomb site, if you don't know how Clubhouse works, every bomb site has 2 different ways to take it that are both pretty much equal. You have like a front side and a back side. And like, so for CC, for example, you have a sort of a CC garage, which is rafters, the bottom area that you see Ice Rocker running around. You can either take that and you can take the breach up to the top right, or you can open up that breach and then push con on the master side and get a con split. So both of these sides, both of these takes, it's really team dependent on, it's kind of pick your poison. Which ones do you just prefer? Which one do you feel better? No, both have strengths and weaknesses, but they're pretty evened out. So for Tachankas Angels, them understanding and having that extra intel from the cameras, if they're placed properly, could mean the world on if they're able to maybe rotate some utility. And knowing that, hey, they are coming from this site, they're doing a con split, let's focus on somewhere like Master. Let's make sure that they can't get control of certain windows and don't get absolutely freebies. Or knowing that you can abandon an area such as rafters can be so important.
And for Jarrison Fan Club, it's about, you know, how are you going to utilize the advantages that you also have, bringing on not only, you know, a Habana, but also an Ace. Like you have, well, obviously they're not bringing it right now, but the amount of nades that they have as well is definitely going to help them out. The Maverick Band might hurt as, you know, just a tiny bit. But yeah, I would say in general, with the Kaid Band, that's kind of where things get a little bit better on the side of Jarrison Fan Club. They can be really flexible with the way that they play the double hard breach. But the Valkyrie, yeah, definitely could be a little bit, you know, daunting. It's a very powerful operator on literally any map in the game, especially a map like Clubhouse. But it seems like that's going to give them no fear, as Kami, on her debut game in Eris, gets her first frag. It'll be onto Flog, but Toxic Peach claims yet another. 4 vs 4, and there could be a refrag here if Magninj can get away or get in there in time. A swing here, very ill-advised from the stage player, will meet her demise as Toxic Peach gets refragged. Maybe even more potential for even more refrags, though.
Yep, but as things stand, it's still going into the favor of Jarrison Fan Club. The walls are open. They're getting control of areas that are so important, such as rafters. And Ice Rocker is kind of the only thing that can potentially stop them. Velociraptor, she's going in. She's getting the plant down, but Magninj falls at the hands of Stephos Galaxy on red. But she's throwing a goo mine. She's going to get swung and put into the DVNO state, leaving it just up to the Valkyrie. And Kami will, or no, pardon me, that was Velociraptor, will pick up that final kill. And a pretty strong statement game, or statement win in the first round for Jarrison Fan Club, as they prove that they can get a solid roam clear. They have their cutoffs and they got the plant down, which on CC can be the most difficult part.
Also a solid statement from Kami as she goes 3-0 on this round with the Zofia LMG. It's quite the powerful weapon that got absolutely no nerf as we move into the next season, which makes no sense, but it's okay. But yeah, very strong statement from her. She's able to kind of allow Jarrison Fan Club to get into the site. She made a lot of openings. I will say that walk up the red stairs from Magninj, very ill-advised, even without the Legion Mine. That was just a little bit too aggressive, but yeah. It's recovered by Kami. A really well-timed push as well. There's a lot of angles being covered by Jarrison Fan Club. They were just holding it down. They weren't playing too over-aggressive. They were just making themselves at home. They were playing very, very two-dimensional. They were able, you know, they weren't confused. They understood what the assignment was, and they got it done.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of all you can do.
That is also true.
All you can ask for. Sure, your Habana fell, but a pretty immediate refrag from Meg as she went below. Would have maybe liked to see her utilize her nades, because that's something she prides herself on, but, you know, the SMG-11 crutch is no longer with Sledge, so you gotta use those nades. I'm on my knees, Meg. You gotta use them, please.
I'm on my knees.
I'm on my knees, I'm begging. But they didn't really need them. They got the control they needed. Rafters was relatively free. There was some intel over towards that area, but it didn't seem to help Tachankas Angels that much, as the push was just too strong. Kami getting her entries, feeling strong with the LMG, as she's most likely going to be trying to take more map control in a hot-handed kind of way. Ice Rocker, she's taking the first engagement over towards the lounge, but decides that that's too long of an angle for her to really deal with. But Peach, on the other hand, up close and personal, falls to Alley as the entry once again swings the way of Jarrison Fan Club. More bullets as the fight inside a bar commences. Megninj takes out Ice Rocker, and that was a wall bang. What a beautiful shot from the sledge to not get one entry, but two for JFC.
And those are pretty uncontested, I would say, on the side of Tachankas Angels. They just kind of lost that through and through, and Jarrison are going to start to take advantage of that as they make their way upstairs for that top 4 control, which they can start to work on with Megninj, who is just banking it down the main stairs with Velociraptor and Kami. So maybe I stand corrected. Instead, they'll just be using their nades to get rid of the utility. And Jay Holiday, all she can really do in this position is wait for the crossfires to come to them, as well as call this out. But Stefos Galaxy somehow going down. It sounded like Kami was the one that was able to win that gunfight, as the third and final gas grenade goes down at a minute 43. Honestly, Jarrison could back out of here if they wanted to and try and, minimize the amount of deaths that could happen if they just run through the doorway. But it seems like they're going to be able to commit with the amount of pressure that's being applied by Trippy Mel sitting inside of dirt. Stefos Galaxy will get revived, but she's the only one left standing now. Can't she even find a frag before the time runs out? No, she cannot, as Waswafter instead claims that's going to be yet another round for the Jarrison Fan Club. And what a way to take it, just storming through the bottom main stairs. The utility usage was fine. I mean, I definitely didn't see any sledgehammer use, but it works out in the end.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting take from Jarrison Fan Club because they just got given a lot of stuff for free. There wasn't any contestion inside of dirt. So, Mel's got all the way down for free. The roam game, which typically we like to see all the way on the second floor as opposed to the first, was taken care of in record time from both Megninj as well as it was Velociraptor, yes, entering in from garage. So when you have a 5v3 situation, it is very difficult to defend CC because there are so many different ways that the attackers can come from. Both of the hatches got opened up, so Moto becomes a possibility. That big hatch with the motorcycles in it. You have blue generator, that back staircase. You have dirt, you have a kitchen drop, and main stairs. If you count, that's 5 different ways that Jarrison can enter the bomb site. With only 3 players and 5 left alive for Jarrison Fan Club, where they pretty much sent one person down each of those avenues, all managing to get kills. The Tachankas Angels, they didn't know what they could look at. They didn't know what to hold because they were completely overwhelmed.
10 seconds left before
Definitely, that's really well played from them as well, to not only notice that, but also just not get too impatient. I mean, especially from Mel's side. I mean, she was just holding dirt. It didn't really seem like she got overly aggressive because she knew that she was the only player down that avenue, and she knew that if she lost that gunfight, it could have potentially been a lot more dangerous for Jarrison Fan Club to make that push down into Moto down short.
Come on, Velociraptor. I know you can get the cam. I know you can do it. I think she got it eventually.
The cam moved, and it's like she's shell-shocked. Now, an interesting thing to note as well, as Jarrison Fan Club make themselves at home over by the CC and garage side, is that the triple wall by Red is completely unreinforced. And Kami, she's no stranger to just swinging in with a 50 or with 150 bullets, as we've seen in round number 1. But she is going to get spotted out here while shooting that alibi. But she's still got 139 bullets left to work with. And as long as nobody's contesting by the con side door, which it looks like someone is, they actually have a lot of interesting reinforcements going on here. And Kami, she barely wins the gunfight, but it's a gunfight one nonetheless. Jay Holiday going to be looking for a refrag, but it'll only be her demise. And maybe yet a second as Velociraptor goes down here to Flog, who's now stuck inside of Con in a cage match right now with Trippy Mel's. She can't win it out. Now 2 versus 4. What is going on? The diffuser's all the way on the other side of the map as Kato wipes out Peach, and Stefos Galaxy is simply on her own, on her lonesome. Now Kami's on very low HP, so she can't be the one to take this gunfight. She has 2 players very low. That's one gunfight won, but she can't make another one happen as Kami just proves that HP is simply but a number. As we get yet another round here for Jarrison Fan Club.
Yeah, once again, Jarrison Fan Club playing trades well, and more so than anything, just taking map control in an incredibly strong fashion. They just are taking everything that they want. You know, push up red, take plat wall, blada, blada, blada. Everything's working out their way. Their cutoffs, making sure that that flank over towards Swamp at the bottom of Garage could not be utilized by the Valkyrie of Ice Rocker. It was just well done. All bases were covered, and they just pushed through and are looking almost flawless. Very little that you can say about Jarrison Fan Club besides the fact that they're on the highway. They're cruising at 70 miles an hour. They got the cruise control on. They got a beautiful song playing. They're singing. They're vibing. Hands are out the windows. Yeah, they're cruising.
They can't drive 55. But yeah, no, for sure. I mean that's quite a way to put it. It's a good analogy. Jarrison Fan Club they're just shredding through the waters. They're very, very low tide. They're just up to their ankles, very relaxing. They're not playing outside of their standard. You know, they're just playing like you said. The one thing that is definitely surprising me a little bit about this team is just how well coordinated they are for having 2 subs. Right? They look like they actually have, you know, a cohesive nature to them. They're able to get themselves together and work together, which is something that, you know, like I said, whenever you have a sub from a very old time, you know, when you had Trippy Mills on the team a while ago, and someone who has never subbed for this team, I mean, it's pretty good. It's very impressive here from Jarrison Fan Club, but let's see if they can work their magic a little more as they're up 3 on attack, and they could be up a man. Oh my goodness! Kami will shoot the drone. I'm not sure if that blocked the bullet itself or if Peach was just able to move out of the way, but that is nonetheless a frag not taken, but it will be a frag stolen as Peach goes down.
Yep, Kato not going to fall victim to the roaming mute for a second time. She learned her lesson in round 1 on this same bomb site. No longer entering in from lounge. She'll be entering in from stock and scooping up that freebie. Ice Rocker, she's the next line of defense on the roam, but she gets caught out reloading. Kato is on an absolute death tear as she picks up the first 2. And it's in such quick succession. Vlog is still holding on to Rafters, but Stefo's inside of sight. She falls at the hands of a Raptor, and Kami hits an absolute flick onto Vlog. It's just Jay Holiday in the 1v5, and she doesn't have very much time left because of the Blackbeard. The reckoning was upon her. Another flawless round. Make that 2 out of the 4 in absolute perfection for Jarrison Fan Club. And once again, we'll say that they're cruising.
This attack is just cutting through Tachankas Angels right now. There is no shortage of roam clear. There's no shortage of site take. I mean, what can you really do at this point? When Jarrison Fan Club take control of Garage 15 seconds into the round, this is just dominating from them. I mean, this is great. This is really good to see from them. A lot of cohesion, but at the same time, I mean, Tachankas Angels, they're just getting caught out using, you know, and basic mistakes. Like they're just swinging too aggressively, or they're not playing with each other, and they're not very well coordinated.
That's the biggest thing for me, would be the playing together. I would like to see their roamers implement. A wise man named Pengu once said there's the 5-second rule as a gigantic train is going by my house. I don't know if that's getting picked up or not, but
I heard it.
the Pengu rule is within 5 seconds of a roamers with each other. So that way you have enough that you can fall off together or you can take gunfights together. But more importantly would be the refrags. Going 1 for 1 on a roam is absolutely massive. It evens up the man count, and then you don't see things such as the 2 for none that Jarrison Fan Club are getting away with every single round. You almost have to think like Jesse Pinkman of, they can't keep getting away with this, but they are round after round. It's 5v3 site executes, and there's not a whole lot that these poor anchors can do.
Yeah, and whenever you go back to that 5-second rule, there's also the fact that, like, if you're able to get that refrag, it's a question of, do I rotate out or do I stay? Instead of just a decision where I have to rotate out, my other player is dead. And that's right. That's what's going on with Jarrison, right? Like, they're just like, a player dies, or sorry, with Tachankas Angels, a player dies and there's no other option but to leave. You can't, there's no contesting going on the side of Tachankas Angels whenever it comes to stuff like that. And unfortunately, it's just making it a lot harder to make that decision, you know, to see maybe, you know, do we want to contest this? The option just isn't present.
I think we're going to see a dirt rush.
You want to take this one away?
You got the Blitz. You got the Ying. You got the LMGs and drones at the feet. The first one's going to be Kami taking out Flog. That was over towards the backside of Blue.
Oh.
It's going to be another one for Kami, and she's putting on a clinic. More shots can potentially rain out, but there's not that many anchors remaining. It's just Stephos Galaxy in a world of her own. She's going to get the down and the finish onto Kami as the roamers are returning back. She's rotating back over towards the backside of Moto. Velociraptor will read that like a book and eat it fully down. It's a 2v4 post plant. More angles being held as both of these players are locked up inside of Blue. Ice Rocker, she's looking the wrong way. Out comes the blitz as Meg Ninja's gonna scoop up the headshot. And it's just Peach in the 1v4. She's blind as a bat. Candela's going towards Moto as the rest of the Jarrison fan club are hungry like feral wolves trying to find this lone survivor. And the blitz is behind her. She's in a situation, to say the least. Yep. They're just, yeah, I'm at a loss for words. That was a rough situation for Peach to be in.
Meg,
Yeah,
you were
lots of flashes.
Why was she shaking?
She said her gun won't shoot.
Why was she shaking through that?
You know how mice, you know, like how like a gaming mouse is only rated for X amount of clicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been using way too many on her New World grind.
Oh my
out
God,
here in the
man.
mines trying to get stoned to craft
She
things.
won't shut up about that game.
Yeah,
Like,
she is. She loves her some New World.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it was at the cost of her being able to shoot and siege. Her left mouse button, from the grindy nature of the game, has just deteriorated.
At the cost, she hasn't had that in the first place. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was a bit too much. Yeah, that was. They had a Ying, they had a Blitz,
Attackers need to locate
they had
and
just
defuse
Kami
any
doing
bombs if they
Kami
can.
things. There was quite a lot going on. That was wow. Wait, they've. That's so funny. Holy crap. So if you didn't catch that, Flog like apparently said that like people's bosses are calling and kids are knocking on their door. That is, I mean that you gotta tell them that they're just playing. We're playing Siege. We're playing a competitive Siege tournament. But
10 seconds
yeah,
left.
nothing short of rough at the moment. I mean, I'm glad that Tachankas Angels are having fun.
5 seconds remaining.
You know, while this is going on, that makes me a little bit warmer inside. It's good to know
Objective
that.
is to locate a bomb.
Yeah. I mean, once again, that's all you can ask for. I mean, you're trying to learn the game, and you're in an environment where you can learn, you can grow, and Tachankas Angels have been. But more importantly than that, they are having fun, and that strong mental is always going to be something great that they can never have taken away from them. But they might have their lives taken away from them as
Oh
a
my
nitro
Lord.
cell runs up. It indicates that, yes, Peach is down below inside an oil pit. Kami looked oblivious, but now because a gigantic brick of explosives went right by her face, they're like, oh yeah, I think there's a mute down below. And once again, the feral wolves of Jarrison Fan Club will probably be trying to catch her off guard and get the cutoff. But no, Velociraptor just runs straight into Cash on the Cash extension for Jim and picks up a freebie.
Ice Rocker's gonna go down here, unfortunately. I'm not sure if she took a C4 down with her, and well, you can't ask for it. There it is! The cap kid from the grave will work out as Flog tries to go for a second, but Velociraptor will be there to respond with her own double kill. As it's now a 2 versus 4, and Jarrison Fan Club are just steamrolling through this attack right now, and through this entire game, as it is 5-0 looking to be 6. We've already seen a fully flawless game. Let's see if Jay Holiday and Stephos Galaxy can maybe change the fate of how this game might go. Only an up in hand, but it is going to work out, taking out Velociraptor. Now 1 versus 3, and unfortunately the swing from Kato will work out for her. Not the gunfight you want to take. 1 HP with an ump. I mean, even with a 1.5, winning that is a little bit too tedious. We're on the match point now. Tachankas Angels, they're on the attack. You know, you'd figure defense would be easier for them, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, I would still say that this is a slightly more defender-sided map, so I guess we'll just chalk this one up to be it being Jarrison Fan Club sided. So they're feeling like the better team. They are feeling confident. They're shooting. They're taking everything that they want and more. And I imagine that the story is going to stay the same as they transition to their defensive side. CCTV, it's first up on the docket. We see the incorporation of stuff like the Tachanka, the Thunderbird, they're going to be holding rafters hard. It's going to be
Attackers need to
very
locate and
difficult to
defuse the
remove a
bomb.
powerful operator like either Mel's or Velociraptor or even Kami playing rafters with those ADSs. Going to require a lot of coordination from the side of the Tachankas Angels. It might be too much for them to overcome, especially when the entire wall is open.
Yeah, heck. You know, I remember being in the dry run when we wrote the strat for the top floor, and I just simply don't remember this. This is not what I remember at all. Whatever, they're doing it. They're making it happen, I
10
guess.
seconds left before
Whatever.
insertion.
I'm very interested to see how this might work.
5
I don't.
seconds to go.
I'm not sure what the plan is here. Are they gonna stack 3 people inside of rafters, or is it just gonna be
Probably
like,
not. They're just placing utility. I think it'll just be Velociraptor.
just holding down the line? They have every wall open.
Every wall is open.
No shortage of
That can be quite a daunting task to face if you do not expect it and you've never seen anything like this. It would be like poor Nathan Peterman trying to throw into the Patriots defense where he says he is quite literally seeing ghosts.
Oh, I know. Nathan Peterman is fighting his demons right now.
Yeah, he was.
It's-
Maybe
it's-
Tachankas Angels will defeat theirs. It is spooky month after all. A lot of people playing Phasmophobia. So, Magnet just shoots a hard breach charge. But Jay Holiday, she shoots a Velociraptor. First pick going the way of Tachankas Angels. That could be a good omen because guess who that was? That was the Raptors player.
Truly an incredible strategy. Would never change it. But quick on Kami to rotate. Very good thinking. You know, they don't want to give up rafters too easily. Definitely the one position you want to hold down is Ice Rocker. On the 0. A very powerful weapon in the hands of her, but also in the hands of Magnage. 20 bullets, going to be 16 soon, of pure rapid-fire death. Going all into the skull of Toxic Peach. And right now, it seems like the Tachankas Angels' biggest problem is this mute gem, and they're going to be trying to use a 0 cam maybe to clear it out, considering the fact that your nades just passed away.
Yeah, nades are pretty important. And that's not the pick that you would want, because now you have to go below and shoot it. But for Flog, that's a pretty easy task. The breaching can occur, and Jay Holiday is going to make a really big expletive hole, and it has indeed come right up. But now coming down,
Oh
Magna's going to hit an absolute shot onto Flog from top red down to the bottom. But Jay Holiday, she picked up another player, the other Raptors player, Kato. But now she's faced with, once again, the daunting task of every wall being open. The first swing from Trippy Mel's claims a little bit of her HP, but she can get it recovered, but not before Ice Rocker will finish her off. More shots raining through. Stephos Galaxy takes out Kami. It's a 1v3 for Megan, and she's already hit 1 shot and make it 2. She's actually on the triple kill. A potential ace could be in the heart of the cards for this lonesome Mozzie. She's running all over, and they don't seem to know where he is. She is. Jay Holiday falls just as Stephos quite literally falls down into Oil Pit. There's only 25 seconds left on the clock. Megnage can get healed by the Kona station, and Diffuser is in quite an easily defendable position from top red, which is where Megnage currently resides.
There's no way. There's no way she wins this, right? The time is running out. Stephos Galaxy's a 3 armor. She needs to get a move on. She needs to pick up this diffuser, and she does! But there it is! Just give it to Meg! You gotta be kidding me! A 5k, all 5! Count it! She's been playing New World, but she hasn't lost her touch! She just claims heads and skulls. She didn't miss a single shot of those 20 bullets. It's a 7-0 for Jarrison Fan Club. The 100% win rate continues for them as the Jarrison Fan Club moniker. And what a way to end it. Whew! The 5k, the ace for Meg. Go play New World. I'm not going to criticize you anymore. I'm so sorry.
I will criticize the strat, though. If Harrison made that, shame on you.
I promise you that's not the strat.
That is not the
I swear
play.
to God.
All the walls open is not the play.
No.
That was
absolutely not.
That was Icarus with his wings flying too close to the sun, and for some reason, Icarus, it was Meg, and she had a parachute and was able to glide onto an island instead of falling to her doom.
It was nighttime.
Yeah, I don't even know how to start unpacking that one, but there's a reason that those walls sometimes had holes in them, mainly reinforced, at least the left side garage wall. Just please reinforce that. This is a PSA to everybody. Just reinforce that, please, and don't fully open up the wall between cash and and CC. That also just provides a lot of angles for the attackers that will treat you like fish in a barrel with an AK-47 and just shoot y'all down.
I mean, that's one way to end us. This must have been like my third bet, like my third 7-0 that I've casted at this point, or at least like a 7-1 or something.
Yep,
this has been
there's
rough.
been a lot of fast games that me and you get together.
Unfortunately, I mean, maybe fortunately for you, I don't know, but yep, Jarrison fan club now 4-3. They haven't lost a single game so far under the Jarrison fan club moniker. Just
putting that out there.
Yeah,
putting that out there.
Sweat. But yeah, this has been crazy. I mean, Jarrison fan club, they look reformed. They had 2 subs, and it seems like nothing changed. It really did seem like they were confident. And gotta give props to the IGLs. Now, obviously, like I remember, like the 7-2 game against like the 7-2 win that they had. Apparently, their comms were like all over the place, but they still got the win. So I don't know, but I'm gonna assume that the comms were good. The IGLing was good. Kato and Meg were in high spirits, and they were able to lead this new bred team, this team of subs, to a victory, and a very well-deserved one at that. So, Tachankas Angels definitely need to start finding their flow a little bit. They're 0-7 now, and I don't even know if they'd be able to recover from this. They would have to, Talentless would have to lose their next like games. There's time to do it, but it's certainly going to be much harder if you really want to secure a spot in the playoffs. We'll have to see. This has been really rough for them, but I'm still a fan. I want to see them succeed. We'll have to see.
But that's all that we have time for today. But there are still 2 more games, but they will be Santos and Light Roast taking over the mics. Thank you so much for tuning in. There will be a short break, but it won't be us back. It'll be someone else. Stay tuned.